laws that tend to shape the destiny of our culture and our lives. However, I need to press with those issues and their impacts. Can we cite Liberia on K95 FM and early evening informative and interact, thought-provoking and stimulating political talk show that makes it deep into the political, social, economic, and developmental issues that then for you accurate, balanced, and credible analysis as well as reports from the across the countries. This insight Liberia with your host, almost Desmond Brown, from Mondays to Fridays, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on K95 FM. Get it out my stage. Another day to talk about the issues that matter. Of course, it is another day to talk the talk we didn't talk yesterday. It is another day to again navigate our way through the Liberian system, looking through the mirror, making Liberia a subject of discussion, microscoping Liberia from every angle, be it from the economy to security, health, education, and you just name it. Whatever you can name, we can assess Liberia. We can make Liberia a mirror that we can look through and see the mistakes and how we can rectify and remedy the situation to making Liberia great again. We all have a responsibility, and that responsibility is to make Liberia great. The way America is getting great by Americans, we Liberians can make Liberia great. But again, what a great day it is. Today is Wednesday's midweek. Midweek in the nation's capital, Monrovia, from Kia House on the UN Drive in central Monrovia. We've come to talk the real issues. My name is Morris Desmond Brown, of course. I am your partner, and I'm here to always do what I know how to do best. And what we can do together to making Liberia better is what we've come to talk. So if you're in District number 1 up to District 17 in Monserrado, welcome. If you're in Bomi County, my own county of origin, if you're in Grand Cape Mount, welcome. And if you're in Guapulu County, welcome. Magibi, Grand Bassa, Lower Bunk, Magibi. Wherever you are and however you are listening, this is Kia Radio 95.9. We are the best in Liberia. We bring you programs of information, education, as well as good entertainment. But this time, we are giving information. That is why we've come to talk about the issues that matter. The program is Inside Liberia. My name is Morris Desmond Brown. Folks, don't go away. Let's continue to do what we do best. So let's give you a lineup of what's going to happen here. Shortly, we'll go around the world, take bits and pieces of news for you. And then when we come back, we will certainly talk about the Kia Humanitarian Foundation. And then we'll set the pace for our discussion. We'll talk about the Liberian economy on today. And we'll talk other national issues, but our focus will be on the economy. How is the economy with you, the ordinary people? You know, when the economy gets tougher and gets harder, you don't have to tell the man. The man himself out there knows. The lady in Bokonjile knows exactly what is happening to her when the economy gets tough. The lady in Magibi knows exactly what is happening to her. The lady in Grand Cape Mount County, in Tewa District, in Sinjay, in Bomi, and many other districts or many other smaller villages, they know exactly what is happening to them. You don't have to tell them. So those of you in Monserrado, how is the economy with you? Has it improved in the last 1 year? We'll assess it this afternoon. We'll talk about all of the issues regarding the economy. We'll go on Capitol Hill and talk some of the Capitol Hill's politics. We'll come back to talk about the motorcyclist issue. We promised them today we will talk about their issue as they have planned a mass protest on tomorrow. A mass protest on tomorrow. They have called it. We can give our 1 cent and talk about some of the issues regarding their planned protests. So the plate is wrapped. The menu is completely juicy. And you don't want to shift. Tell a friend to tell another friend. And that friend can go on telling another friend, your radio just got better. And I'm here. I'm sitting right behind the microphone and getting all of these equipment right before me. And I'm doing my best to making sure that you get the very best your radio, Kia Radio 95.9 has to offer. Let's take a gist of our theme song. You made a buzz of our theme song, and we'll be back just in a jiffy. Don't go away. Okay, welcome back. Let me say good afternoon to Mr. Cover Drogba. He's there around the Kerry Street and watching us live. Please share the video to all of your groups. Mr. Drogba, you are one of our very, very, very ardent follower. Please share the video. Share the video to all your friends and share the video to the groups that you're in. Let this video be shared everywhere. I want people to come on. Let's talk about the economy. Let's talk about Liberia. Let's talk about a lot of things today. And of course, we know exactly that Liberia will not be 100%. Yeah, Liberia will not be 100%. Yeah, that's what I know. But again, we just want to acknowledge that. So we are about to go around the world, take some bit of we'll go around the world to take bit and pieces of news, some African and world news for you, to keep you abreast with some of the issues happening in and around the world. So when we come back, and we will come back shortly, we're not going to stay long. Latest news from around the world will not stay that long there. So let's take it. Let's see. This is where we go next. Let's run quickly to the Democratic Republic of Congo. We're getting stories the BBC is reporting that an unknown sickness has been able to kill more than 50 in Northwest DRC. Remember, the famous Ebola outbreak was from the Ebola River in Congo. And so when I'm hearing a strange sickness in DRC, I'm worried. But let's get the gist of this news. And the UN has been able to share some very valuable information about this. And we're going to read it. I want you to listen and listen very clearly. The outbreak, first discovered in 3 children who ate a bat, has caused 43 cases and 53 deaths. It has caused 431 cases, and 53 deaths. My God. DRC again. And when you listen to the news, sometimes you just get sick. But let's go deeper. An unknown illness, first discovered in 3 children who ate a bat, has killed more than 50 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC, over the past few weeks, according to health workers. As of 16 February, there have been 431 cases and 53 deaths in 2 outbreaks across remote village in Equatorial province. The World Health Organization, WHO, have said in a bulletin. The outbreaks, which have seen cases rise rapidly within days, pose a significant public health threat. The exact cause remains unknown. A WHO spokesperson, Takrit Jakavi, told a briefing on Tuesday. The village have limited surveillance capacity and health infrastructure, he noted. The last outbreak reported on 13 February from Bomit village in the Basankusu health zone
has killed around 45 people out of the 419 cases. I mean, this is a killer disease, though. I mean, if you have 419 cases and 45, all of the 419 cases, 45 are reporting deaths. That is bad. That is actually bad, and we can take more of the story. The interval between the onset of symptoms, which include fever, vomiting, and internal bleeding, and death has been 48 hours in most cases. I mean, this is almost similar to Ebola. So, wow, I'm already afraid. I mean, as I'm reading the news, I'm getting goosebumps on my skin. And that is what really worried, said Sanji Nagibato, medical director of Dimkoro Hospital, a regional monitoring center. Samples from 13 cases have been tested negative for Ebola and Marburg, but the WHO said health teams were locally investigating other potential cases, including malaria, food poisoning, typhoid, or other viral hemorrhagic fever. Anytime you hear hemorrhagic, meaning it has to do with blood oozing out of the belly. That is what is called hemorrhagic. An earlier outbreak involving 8 deaths among 12 cases was reported from Polonco village in the Bolombi health zone of on January 21st, 2025, the WHO said. This outbreak was traced back to 3 deaths among children under 5 years old in the village earlier that month. Symptoms including fever, fatigue, progressed to hemorrhagic signs such as nose bleeding and vomiting blood. I just told you that. One, it is hemorrhagic. Trust me, it has to do with blood oozing out of the body. Reports indicate that the children had eaten a dead bat before falling out. The other cases were found in Bolunko and the nearby Dongdu village, all with similar symptoms. The WHO said no links has been established between the 2 clusters of cases. So the outbreak is actually taking place in 2 different locations in DRC. That is a problem. Let's be on the side. I mean, every country in Africa now need to be very, very, very much high in terms of surveillance. As we gear towards looking at these outbreaks that continue to hit let's run to Canada. Leave your comments on our live Facebook feed. We'll have them read out for you right here on Kia Network. Those of you who want to see us live on Facebook, just put in Kia Network, KEARNETWORK, Kia Network, live on Facebook and on YouTube, Kia Network as well. You will catch us live and you will see me right there. Let's go to Canada. What is happening there? The BBC is reporting that over 200,000 Canadians have signed a petition to revoke Musk's citizenship. Elon Musk's citizenship is under questioning in Canada. We will take that story shortly, don't worry. Parliamentary petition launched due to billionaire linked to Trump, who has repeatedly threatened to conquer Canada. More than 200,000 people from Canada have signed a parliamentary petition calling for their country to strip Elon Musk's Canadian citizenship because of the tech billionaire's alliance with Donald Trump, who has spent his second U.S. presidency repeatedly threatening to conquer its independent neighbor to the north and turn it into its 51st state. Donald Trump and controversy. The British Columbia actor Quillia Reid launched a petition in Canada House of Commons, where it was sponsored by the New Democrat parliamentary member, and they have vowed Musk's critics, as the Canadian press first reported over the weekend. Born in the South African and owning U.S. companies, including the electric vehicle maker Tesla, aerospace company SpaceX, and the social media platform X, formerly Twitter, Musk has Canadian citizenship through his mother, model and Jatiran Maye Musk, who is from Saskatchewan, the capital of Regina. He has been crusading to clash the U.S. federal government sees at the breast of the U.S. president, who has consistently challenged Canadian sovereignty since returning to the White House for his second presidential term on the 20th of January. So yes, that is what we know now. The Canadian people have taken a petition to strip Elon Musk of Canadian citizenship because they say he's leading a crusade for America to conquer Canada. Yeah, we're getting bit and pieces of news. Let's get one more from Africa, then we can come back home. Yeah, we can do that. Let's get some African news. Can we get it? Yeah, we can get it. Please leave your comments on the live Facebook feed, and we will try our best to read them, your inquiries, your questions. I'm trying to get one from Africa, and the one that the BBC is reporting. That is what we want. Okay, out of the news I'm seeing they are sealed, so we'll come back home. We've done what we could do, going around the world to take bits and pieces of news for you, but we are back. Welcome, folks. Let's take a word from some of the people doing business with us. When we come back, we will look at your comments that you've left on our feed. We'll look at your comments that you have left on our Facebook feed, but let's take word from our prime sponsor, and Amazing Care in the United States is our prime sponsor here. Let's take them.
This is Amazing Care Home Health Services. This is a home health agency. We send nurses and home health aides to patients' homes and take care of them, provide medical and non-medical services for them in their homes. So that's what we're doing. This is the office space where the high-end process is rendered.
Also the assisting admin at Amazing Care. I've been with this company since 2014 when we were making nothing. and we were literally in the basement of our apartment. This is how growth have brought us this far. 2-bedroom apartment, and we were literally using the basement and the garage space to carry on this business. And because of growth, we moved here on 2019, and we've been here since 2019 doing this. And God has been so faithful along the way, and we're still going strong. You can see this is the office of Amazing Care. We want to welcome the Care Network in here.
Are you looking for that special furniture or electronic appliance that give your home or office beauty? Now visit Cozy Home for the latest beds and decks, chairs and tables, or that special TV, air condition, or other electronic products for the best price in town. Cozy Home is on the 3rd Street Single opposite All Education Ministry with all that you're looking for. Call us on 0887 111 101 or visit us on the 3rd Street Single. Cozy Home, the best in town for furniture and electronics. I say, my people, you're not hear about the Liberian-owned business called Jessica Incorporated, right on UN Drive in Clay Street?
Small. What kind of place business you talking about again, so?
I'm talking about our own Liberian business called Jessica Incorporated, right down Clay Street before UN Drive intersection.
My man, tell me more about Jessica.
I say, my people, Jessica specializes in entertainment and delicious food, so local food like kabagi and all. They get European and Western dishes with all kinds of special finger food, man, and they can do free delivery for their customers. Not all. Jessica get one nice and decent guest house fully air conditioned with unlimited Wi-Fi services. The people motto are value for cheap, yeah, and are home far away from home.
Hey Jessica, that place like my new spot now.
Call Jessica today on 0775 762 906. My Liberian people, let's promote our own Liberian business, Jessica Incorporated. It is the #1 stop center for your small operation.
Everybody pot balling, my pot can ball. When your pot not boiling, run down to Price Master to give that heat that will make it boil till it's really boiling.
Oh yes, Price Master is the solution to that boiling problem, bringing into Liberia high quality American products for different needs.
At Price Master, we have life-saving drugs for that long-standing health complication. We are restoring life through the Price Master Drug Center on Camp Johnson Road for affordable prices or cost.
That's not all. Price Master has cosmetic, furniture, electronic, and other appliances for homes, schools, and offices. Price Master also got the baby's cover with nutritional food, water, toys, and many more.
Price Master is located at Camp Johnson Road and Paris Street intersection, or you can call us on 0886 552 304 or 0775 323 761, or better still, WhatsApp us on +231 770 390 441.
Price Master, the master for all American food, medicine, furniture, toys, cosmetics, detergent, and many more.
Welcome back, and thanks for always being there. And you can do business with these people. Very credible. They are people of moral values. You can do business with them, and you can thank us later. Because that is where you get the very best for very, very affordable price. But again, welcome, folks, and I always love to remind you of the Care Humanitarian Foundation. Of course, it is that foundation that is really, really providing humanitarian services for our people. But again, good evening and welcome. It is very, very important to welcome you to today's edition of the program Inside Liberia. Let's look at some of the people that are watching. And my partner, Karin Krumah, very, 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 very strong intellectual, used to be my co-host. This man is a working genius. I call him a working genius. Karin Krumah. He said, good evening, partner. I am watching from my office of Mama Point. Thanks for the great job. Thank you so much, my dear brother and friend. You are just not an ordinary person, but you are a brother to me. Please leave your comments as well. Tell us where you're watching us from and where you're following the show from. It's very important. So the Care Humanitarian Foundation will sponsor 100 persons who desire entering the University of Liberia but do not have the money to take entrance. That 100% will be sponsored. That is, we're going to pay the entrance fees, and we expect that you take the entrance. So, yeah, the Care Humanitarian Foundation is not just going to do that, but we're going to work along with you to make sure that you take the entrance. And the best we can do is to help you enter the university. And how to enter is the first thing you need to do is to take an entrance. And so we will provide the fees. Our bosses in the United States, Mr. Christopher Kier and his wife, Madam Josephine Kier, Monique Kishen, Mr. Andrew Kier as well, and all of them, they will do what they can to provide the funding so that these students can have their entrance taken once the time comes for them to take the entrance. So, yeah, so we will do that, and that will be on the shoulders of the Care Humanitarian Foundation. So you can just trust us for that. Like I said to you the other day, the Care Humanitarian Foundation is going to do its best. Come this 2025, you will see there is something coming up. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. There is something coming up that's very, very, it's going to be very, very exciting for our community people. So you can just watch up to see. But it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great moment with Care Humanitarian Foundation. Again, we want to say this to our people. The Care Humanitarian Foundation have decided to open a communication arm. And that communication arm is what we sit on to talk about all of the issues in Liberia. If you are a business person and you are looking for a place to advertise, you want to have an advertisement on the radio, you want your business to be sold, you want people to know your business that you are selling, you want people to run to your businesses, you want people to, to get to know what you are doing and how you can make more money. And you think the best place you want to do that is at a radio station? Don't look anywhere. The Care Humanitarian Foundation has built a station, and that is Care Radio 95.9. So here we do not charge the way others are charging. What we do is that we give you the value of what is supposed to be a big money, but we'll give you for small money, and we'll give you the worth of what you want. So we do it even better than other people who are charging, but we do it to the best of our ability. So if you have a goose, you have something you've brought in, and you want people to know, you want people to sell it, you want people to run to you, to buy, you don't have to worry anymore. We can do those of people who are watching on social media, all of the adverts I play, they are all done in video. So we can come and do the video for your business entity. We do the video while we are playing the ad. It's playing on radio at the same time we'll be playing on the internet. So everybody across the world can look at it. Everybody in Liberia that have access to internet will see it. It is a great opportunity for you. If you are interested in advertising with us for very small money, I will read my number out for you. Contact me and we'll lead you to the process. We'll lead you to the process where we can develop the jingle, we'll develop everything for you, and you will see your own work. You yourself will not believe that it is that work, your business, that you are about to sell to the people. Is that how attractive it is? So there is no essence of bringing a goods or bringing business in the country when you are not selling to people and your goods is just in your hands, some of these goods are perishable goods. They are goods that can spoil. And you think getting that product out to the public, yeah, we don't charge much. Very small money. Very, very small. You come and meet our business, office, and they will drill you through easy access. Even the show right now, we're looking for people to sponsor the show. We're looking for people to sponsor the show. You can say, yes, I got my product and I can sponsor the show, every time you sell my product. So while I'm sitting here, I'll be marketing your product. If that shoes you're selling, I'm just taking a case study. I will talk about the different kinds of shoes, the different brands, the different need. We'll show it on camera. We will talk about it, and the people will come to buy. I'm just making shoes as a case study, but there are other businesses you are selling. You can talk. We will sell your products on the show. And you will be glad to see people running to you. So let me give you my personal number. You can call that number. And for those of you who want to be a sponsor for the show, you want your products to be sold right here, trust me, just call me up. We can talk about it. I will lead you through the process, and you'll be glad that you did what is actually right. 0778 440964. Again, 0778 440964. Maybe you have an organization, you have a group, and you want to appear on the radio, you want your voices to be heard, you want people to know about what you're doing. Maybe you have a small group that you have established, or maybe some national issues you want to weigh in, you want to talk about, and you don't know how to get through to come to the station. Just use that number I've just called. Use it, and of course, we'll lead you through here, and you will come to the radio station. You have nothing to worry about. So 0778 440964. 0778 440964. So that is the number you can call if you are interested in doing business with us for very small money. You are interested in selling your products on this show. We'll sell your product, whatever you're selling. We can make it known to the Liberian people. They will run after you, and you will make a lot of money. Fast, Nico, is better than slow down. It's better to spend that small money to do your advertisement where people will run to your business, they finish, you go get some again and put it there, people finish it. If you can sell 3-4 times before the month ends, you know how much money you'll be getting? Just if you do a small advertisement where people will know what you're doing, don't sit in your little corner and feed the money. Is so important to you that you can spend it. Because the people can say that money can bring money. So spend money to get money, okay? Yeah. I seen people are already started giving me some missed calls. But if you suddenly just send me a message now, because I'm on the radio, just send me a message. Just send me a message now. Let the message with me there so that after the show, I can contact you. So you can send a message. Just write something to let me know that what I've said is what you are trying to get in contact for. So you can just read that message and send it. So yeah, so we just thought to let you know that. All these people we do advertisement for, you can ask them, they'll tell you. For the short time we've been advertising their products, there have been significant improvement in their sales. There have been significant improvement in their sales. People are knowing them, people are going there, and that's why we can do here. That is exactly what we know how to do best. That is exactly what we know how to do best. So you have no fear. Join us so that your business today can be one of the best and recognized in Liberia. I say you should just read message. Don't. The calls are coming in. A lot of calls are coming in. But just read a message. Just send me a text. Yeah, just do that. Send me a text. Now let's talk about the economy. The Liberia economy. You know, the economy is one component of the country's growth that nobody can tell another person You know exactly whether the country is making progress or not. You will tell whether the country is making progress or not. It is from the economy you will know. How do you know from the economy? When you see things prices are not dropping and they are cheap on the market, you know that the economy is getting better. I mean, that's the most easier way you can identify a country's economy that is improving, that is making strides. It's not about the big theories about IMF projected they one, IMF projected the other one. The trickle-down effect, the bread and butter issues of the Liberian people must be settled. And when these things are settled, when the bread and butter issues are being talked about, and the people know that it's having a trickle-down effect on them, they see the effect. They see it happening when they go to buy. They see when they carry $3,000 in the market, they know what they are getting. With the 3,000, they know that the economy is getting better. And that's why I told every government, I told the CDC government while the CDC was in power, and I'm going to say this to the Unity Party government as well. No government should celebrate when there is a deduction or there is a reduction in the price of rice and petroleum products. I'll say that again. I said the same to the CDC administration. I'm going to say this to the Unity Party administration. No government should rejoice, or no government should be happy and use it as a bullet point to go on different radio talk shows to say the government have reduced West Press, the government have reduced gasoline or petroleum products. No government should do that. These two commodities are not a commodity that appreciates government. I don't know whether the people who suddenly will understand what I'm saying. The two commodities I just named are not commodities that will appreciate the government. Why? They are political commodities. Though they are part of the war commodities that are neither sold on the international scene or on the international market, but they are also political commodities. That is why in Liberia, people look at those commodities as political commodities. So when the price reduces a little bit, government releases a statement, oh, gasoline price is now so and so, so and so, so and so. No government, not even the Unity Party administration, should take pride in anything about gasoline reduction in the price or petroleum products in generality. No government should be happy when there is a reduction in the price of rice in Liberia. Why am I saying this? Let me explain the common thing to you that you understand. Petroleum products on the world market, the price on the world market depicts what Liberia sells. Liberia will not sell petroleum products cheap if on the world market it's expensive. It's not going to work. Because Liberia is not refining oil. So we do not have an oil block where we go to refine, we go to take the oil and refine the oil into different finished products like gasoline, like fuel oil, clean fuel, and the rest of it. We do not. So our price here in Liberia is determined by what happened on the world market. So if the world market is selling petroleum products for $4, trust me, it will not be $4 in Liberia, it will be even more than $4. Why? Because we are not refining, we are not producing petroleum. What we are doing, we are importing it. We are importing petroleum products. So when these petroleum products pass through all of the importation, the international trade or duties that they're supposed to pay, and all of these things, when they come in the country, the price will step up. So when there is a change on the world market, that change affects us. When it is negative, it will affect us negatively. When that change on the world market is positive, it will affect us positively. So you see, so no government should take pride or to be happy. I see most government do that. The CDC government used to do it when petroleum products down. They release a statement and say, we put gasoline price down. And no government should do that. Because in less than no time, the price will go back up. You do not have control. Listen, the only thing government can reduce, and they have every right to do so, is tariff. Government can reduce tariff on goods or on certain things, or government can waive their taxes on whatever they want to waive. That one they can take credit for it. But on the issue of petroleum products and rice, forget it. Because rice, we are not producing rice here. We're not growing rice. We're not growing rice. I mean, if I say we're not growing rice, doesn't mean we're not growing rice in Liberia. I mean, on a large scale where we can feed ourselves, where we can look at ourselves and say we have grown a significant portion of our stable food. And in fact, what we look on the stock, I mean, the rice stock market, and say, how many bags of rice do Liberians consume in a month? So let's say, for example, Liberians consume, I mean, it's just a hypothetical case. Let's say Liberians consume around 350,000 bags per month. 350,000 bags of rice per month. How much bags of rice are we producing in Liberia that could close this gap of huge importation? So when you're closing the gap on the huge importation, then you can have a price control over what you are producing. When you can't produce what you eat, you cannot dictate or you cannot depict what happens next. So if we are eating 350,000 bags of rice per month, all Liberians, all the Liberians in this country, let's say for example, every month, 350,000 bags of rice are consumed all over Liberia. What are we doing in the country to bridge the gap of this 350 or 50 some more thousand bags of rice from coming from outside the country to Liberia? What are we doing? Nothing. So how can we debate the price of rice? Now, the reason why the CDC succeeded on keeping the rice price where it was and cheaper, I will tell you, there was a strategy. And that strategy the CDC used was to say, listen, we tell the importers when they bring the rice, they tell us how much for the rice. So the importers say the rice is $16. So CDC said, okay, the rice is $16, right? Good. So we will pay $3 for the citizen. So $16 minus $3. It's going to be $13. 13, 14, 15, 16. So CDC said we'll pay $3 on each bag. So the importers will be forced. So if you send the rice for $16, you're sending the rice to the Liberian people for $13. We will pay the banana $3 for the Liberian people. That's why CDC were able to keep rice at a certain level. During the administration, they kept rice stable a little bit. So if you want to do that, that means the government will have to be spending. If you see how much the government is spending per month to just subsidize rice, to be able to have it stable on the market, you will say, but why is it that the government, in fact, I was against that strategy. Why was I against it? I'll tell you today. Instead of giving importers over $3 million per month just on rice, over $3 million for rice, because they did a calculation, just the same calculation I did, to say how many bags of rice do we consume in a month. So Liberian can consume this amount. So they do the calculation, they pay for their own upfront. The Liberian people go buy the rice and buy it for $13. But the other $3 have already been paid for them already. If we take it $3 million just for instant case, and we are buying rice or paying for rice, Why don't we use? We got vast land in the country. I was traveling to Lofa Vonjema. And from Bon County, from Banga all the way to Vonjema, you see the bushes, the forest. It's just lying in, and they're just lying there. You can just see the. Oh my God. Why would take us to invest in growing our own food? We can bring experts in the country if we do not have. I mean, why do we have people graduating from agriculture college and stuff like that? So we can bring experts if we want them. We can bring them to tell us what grows here. Okay, yeah, this country grows rice, or this country. We look for land everywhere where we can grow rice and bridge the gap. So that thing we're talking, the other day I was sitting and say, Japan, the government of Japan gave Liberia 20 metric tons of rice. They gave Liberia this metric ton of rice. Are you killing me? We're supposed to be accepting rice in a country like this? We do not have issue with land space. We do not have issues. What we have is the problem of investing our money properly. That's the problem we have. Land space is not a problem. So what we can tell the Chinese and say, or the Japanese and say, listen, they rice you won't get all, turn it into machines. Sell the rice to other people, get all machines. Let's do our own farm. In that line, you have rice coming in from your own side every time. But if you continue to, I mean, the Congo people can say, do not give the man fish every time. Instead, teach the man how to fish. Teach him how to get his own money. Teach him how to get something on his own. But you want, every time the people must get Liberia, must donate rest to Liberia. Every time they must donate rest to Liberia, you got land wasting here. Tell these people who don't want rice, sell the rice. Please give us equipment. Give us machines that can produce the rice. So I'm saying this to tell you that this economy will not change. I want the finance minister, even though he clarified his statement, but he actually said that at MICA. I mean not MICA, but at the Senate. He actually said that at the legislature. That it has come a time that Liberians will have to pray for the economy, you know, and this. But listen, some of the things need prayer. It need work. It need work. Faith without work is dead. If all the religious prelates in this country will gather to their various churches, their mosques, and they pray from now to tomorrow, the economy will not change if we do not change the style that we continue to use. The economy will not get better. We're crying because you say it's cutting down on all their projects in Liberia. We're crying because we are used to wasteful spending. Government come, government go, the past government, the current government, wasteful spending. We don't care. We look at one minister, we pay over 10,000, over 8,000, 9,000. Why should a minister be paid over 10,000 US dollars, 8,000 US dollars? Why should somebody at LEC that is not even producing any electricity for anybody take home 13,000, 16,000, 24,000 US dollars to their homes? Why? When the actual essence of why they are put in the job or at that office, they're not even producing it. They're not even doing what they're supposed to do. Why should we do that? Why should we give somebody to Marital 30,000 US dollars per month? Is that not a waste? And we're here crying because you say it's taking their projects, and you say the same. I mean, the American people is cutting down on waste, and they say they're closing down. You say, I feel sorry for my brothers and sisters that are working for you. Say, though, I feel for them. It is not their fault. But if we have a vibrant country, we have a country where we are cutting down on waste. Here we pay for the lawmaker eating. We pay for the lawmaker girlfriend. We're getting gas for their girlfriend cars. We do everything for them, literally. The lawmakers do absolutely nothing for themselves. Yeah, that's the reality. We make our government officials here lazy. They're very lazy. At the end of the day, they rely on government to do everything for them. We pay for their cooks. The people who cook for them. We pay their cooks. We pay their drivers. We pay their nurses. We pay everything for them. Why should we be doing that? The man got a house, for God's sake. We pay him for his own house that he built. What sense does that make? Go look at the budget for CBL, the governor. We paying for rental fee for the governor of the CBL. What sort of waste is that? And we here talking about the economy, we should pray. No, this doesn't require any sort of fasting and praying. I know I read a portion of the Bible that said these things cannot happen except through fasting and praying, but it was not talking about this particular situation where people are wastefully spending their money and they expect for miracle to happen or manna and quail to fall down from heaven and come to help you. No, it's not going to work. We need to cut down on recurrent expenditure. We got to reach to a stage where people who are patrons, we say, listen, we have to save the country. Because if you look at what the USA was spending, let me look at what the USA was spending here in Liberia annually. I want to look at what the USA was spending annually. And some of you think we can just want to talk, but it's not it. We have reached a stage where our country, I want to show you what the USA was spending. USAID was spending in Liberia. So USAID was spending around $51 million, I think, either monthly or annually or whatever it is. But this figure, $51 million, they cutting that on. And that $51 million, say USAID has frozen and canceled development projects worth over $51 million, affecting major sectors such as health, education, election, domestic revenue, mobilization, and blah, blah, blah. Let's even take it and say monthly, the USAID, let's do it, I mean, it's just, let's do it like that way. Let's say the USAID was spending like $5 million every month in Liberia. Well, let's say USAID was spending just around $2 million. Let's cut it down and say USAID was spending $2 million every month. And USAID 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So let's say USAID was spending around $24 million every year in Liberia. Can we raise that $24 million? Yes, we can raise it. How? We can cut down wasteful spending and we can bridge the gap. Listen, we can say to our ministers and say, listen, we are in a critical stage. If I were the president of the country, I will call a cabinet meeting and tell my cabinet members and tell members of my cabinet that, listen, where we are, the finance minister, whether the finance minister tells me or not, I would say the finance minister have advised, the economic advisors have advised that these things we are doing now, the country could go down, the country could crumble if we are not careful. So we are going to cut down on waste. Listen, we have to be realistic. If you are a minister and you live in the center of the city, we can give you 500 gallons of gas per month. That is a waste. What we'll do, we'll give you 50 gallons. Manage that. We'll give you 50. Manage that one and come to work and go back home. Now, then we'll go to scratch card. Even though the government has been able to cut down some, but I think the number is still high. Because some of these people, like the Minister of Information live in District 17, he live around G4. To live on G4 here, the minister will not use 2 gallons of gas to come here, 2 gallons of gas to go back. They agree he uses 4 gallons of gas every day. They agree to that. 4 gallons times. They agree that the minister works 25 days in a month. So 4 times 25. That's around 100 gallons. Yes. Reasonable. We can say, yeah, you can use 4 gallons every month. Every day, which is actually high. But some of the cars they buy to is actually consuming gas. But they agree on the 4 gallons and say the minister work for 25 days in a month. Trust me, even give the 100 gallons of gas is better than to give somebody 500 gallons of gas for what reason every month. I know some of the ministers will not feel good when we're talking these things, but you have to reach to a stage where you have to be patrons. You have to convene your own meeting and say, listen, Mr. President, we have seen the need that where we are as a country, we are at a crossroad. We make the ultimate sacrifice for our people. But the first group of people who are supposed to make the ultimate sacrifice is the lawmakers. Are they making that ultimate sacrifice? No, they're not. The lawmakers should be. I saw only one person from the legislature who said you're cutting down his salary. And that was Musa Ability to say cut down all his benefits and salary into 50%. Another 50%, where does it go? Fine, we don't even know. We don't even know. And it has become a culture in Liberia where people can just say, I'm reducing my salary. But we don't know where the remaining money goes. Former president said you are reducing your salary to 25% by 25%. So 25% of his money he was making should be coming back to the country. What was it used for? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So if you say I'm cutting down my salary, I am cutting down my salary for this reason. But this is just a culture. Abraham Dias Delonki, the senator of Maserado, said you are cutting his salary and gave him Maserado County back. I don't know how many percent, or gave him Maserado 5,000 or whatever. Today, we're yet to see it because he took his mother, his sister-in-law, or whosoever to manage the same money. Is it not in the same family? It's in the same family. How do we expect the country to go forward when everything we say is not working? Everything we say is not working. Everything we say is not working. So, we have to curb wasteful spending. We have to run and look at recurrent expenditure and say to ourselves, listen, we can continue on this path. Let's cut down on some of the waste. And we must begin with the people's representatives, the lawmakers. Let's begin with them. We must begin with them. The economy is very important. No degree of imam's prayer or a pastor or clergyman prayer will save Liberia. Money is like you do a budget. Budget should be realistic. Let me use that word. Budgets should be realistic. That is, if you say to run Liberia the whole month, we need 50 million naira to run Liberia every month. That means we take care of salary. Just for an example, you must raise the money that will take care of all the things that you're supposed to take care of. But somebody make a budget, and our budget is mostly not relying on domestic revenue mobilization. We rely our budget on aids. We say, all the budget we make, and this percent will come from donors, people will help us, and this, that. Every time people will be in the process of helping you, you must be able to help yourself. Now, this is just the usage project fading away, or the usage shutting down, or the shutting down usage. It should be a wake-up call. One day we sat in this country, and everyone I just saw, nobody was using Facebook. Everybody saw themselves not using Facebook. That whole day, it was like we were out of the world. Everybody, myself was affected. Nobody could go on Facebook. We could reach that stage right now, what I'm hearing, what I'm reading, and if this comes to pass, forget it. iPhone is expensive. Nobody, I mean, myself here, I'm not using iPhone. I'm using an Android. But guess what? Facebook is about to take all. Facebook will not be working on Android phone anymore. The window phone will work on how do you call it? iPhone. iPhone will be the only phone that Facebook will accept. So if you get Android phone, you put Facebook on it, it will not work. We are gradually coming there. They are developing it already. What will we do? Nothing. So if you get Android phone, forget it. You will not use Facebook. That's the end. So we have to reach a stage where we brace ourselves for uncertainties. And say, while we are in this state, if this thing happens, how do we escape? How do we get out of it? So you say taking your projects and other things, and then not spending in the Liberian economy, and we order budgeted and say, you say we'll fill this gap. You say we'll do the one. You say we'll do the other one. And now they're not doing it. How do we raise that money to close that gap? If we do not go to start stopping some of the wasteful spending, we will not raise the money. You cannot increase taxes on the poor suffering Liberians. It's not possible. Because what will happen is that tin prices will go up, Liberian people will not be able to afford, and they will cry, and the burden will be on you as a government. And the only thing you have to do is to make the ultimate sacrifice to say to yourself, you that in government, we have to sacrifice for the people. We have to sacrifice for the people. That is what it should be. So, that is it. That is it, folks. With the economy issue, no prayer can help the economy. Don't worry yourself. Don't stress. You can pray from now to tomorrow. God can help you to solve your economic problem when you yourself cause it. You think why America is stopping all of the ways with all the money America gets? They say they still want more money because they want to do other things for their citizens. They won't be able to do some other key things for their country. For our own, every day is the same old story, it's the same old thing, and we expect different results. Let's go up Capitol Hill. Yesterday, I talked about this. And I'm talking about it today because I'm getting unconfirmed reports that the House of Representatives have written the ECOWAS Parliament, proffering the names of those who they elected yesterday. And I'm told that the ECOWAS Parliament has been able to write them secretly and told them that they will not accept the names that have been proffered because they have people representing Liberia already, and those people have a tenure up to 2028. That is what I'm being told. And this is coming from a big hand from the ECOWAS. A very close person to one of the top brass at the ECOWAS Parliament. That the government of Liberia wrote through the legislature to say, we are preferring these names. These people went through elections and we are now putting forth their names and other stuff for you to replace them with the other people. The ECOWAS told them, no, we have, and the guy sent the law to me. And I will read it on this platform to tell you that what we do here, we do it with passion. So he sent it to me. He said, this is it. This is where the ECOWAS people look at the whole thing and say they're not going to dive into this. So they have their own laws. So 18 of the Supplementary Act. Members of the ECOWAS Parliament shall each represent all the population of the community. They shall be known as representative of the ECOWAS Parliament. Rule number 3, competence of Parliament. The Parliament shall have the mandate as a specific, will have a mandate as specified under Article 7 of the Supplementary Act in carrying out its mandate. Now, that is not what I want. So, specifically, it talks about rules. Rule number 5 under the law of the ECOWAS Parliament. It says duration of parliamentarian mandate. duration of parliamentarian mandate. What does it say here? It said the duration, I'll read this verbatim so that you can know. The duration of the mandate of the representative shall be for a period of 4 years. So if they were elected 2024, or if they were sent at the ECOWAS Parliament 2024, that means you cannot get them out until what? 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 2028. Must Liberia always disgrace itself on the continent of Africa, even to this kind of, continental bodies? Should we be disgracing ourselves like this? Listen, if our president of Liberia would have declared, I'm telling you squarely in my heart, there were no journalists in Benin. No, it's not about journalists. It's not about, oh, you are a journalist. That's our talking. And they said, listen, if our president of the country, I would have released executive order dissolving the entire legislature. I would have done that. I would have done that, dissolved the entire legislature, and we run the country the way it should. Because instead of the group bringing pride to the people, every day there is another shame and disgrace. The last time we checked, they were fighting one another. The last time we checked, we had 2 speakers. In fact, up to now, we got 2 speakers because I just learned this morning that the other group from Fonante Kofa's block are having their own section. Why are other people having their own section? That's what I've learned this morning. So they say, they shall be there for the period of 4 years, and it shall begin at the end, and shall begin and end as laid down in Article 18. Article 18(2)(a) of this Supplementary Act. The representative who has been oath shall remain a representative and shall not be replaced or dismissed so long as he remains a member of his national parliament. That's the lawyer that governs the people. Because in your country you decide to be lawless, and you think everybody will just agree to the lawlessness that you want to portray. So the ECOWAS Parliament rules, the rules for the Parliament says you can't replace the man once he has been. Because when these people go to these kind of continental bodies, what they do there is that they take oath. They take affirmation. And when they affirm their support and take that oath, they are under obligation. So they're there to defend the law of your country. And so at the end of the day, they say they can't be removed or replaced until after 4 years. In as much as state legislature, the only way you can get them off, like the way you are planning to expel them, go expel them, then you can replace them. That's why I mean here. Go expel them. When they're not no more parliamentarians or they are not legislators, then you can replace them. But as they remain remain in the legislature, you cannot replace them until 2028. While we continue to show our lawlessness to the continental bodies, the international people are watching, they're seeing us, they're seeing the things we're doing. And what are we doing this to the country? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? So that the lawyer is clear. He said, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can dismiss them as long as they remain a member of, as long as they remain members of the national parliament. His mandate shall end on death, rating resignation, or they are not member of their respective parliament, or the time elapsed. So everything is in the rules of these people. It's in the rules of these people. I'm on the radio. I'll call you, please. I'll call you. So it's in the rules of these people. So that is how it is. That is how it is. So how can these people continue now to disgrace the country the way they're doing? So I'm told that they forwarded the names of the people they elected yesterday. But they say some top brass of the ECOWAS parliament have written them secretly, or have informed them secretly, and told them, say, listen, where we are, you cannot disgrace your country this way. We can replace these people because they have taken oath and they are a member of the ECOWAS parliament now until 2028. How do people know it? The other day, Wangwe was saying the same thing. Representative Wangwe of District Number 9 in Nima County was saying the same thing. How can these people, and let me say this and say it with clarity and distinction. The leadership of Representative Richard Kuhn, who is the Speaker of the Majority Bloc, must now start to exercise restraint, or else Liberia may just be a disgrace on the international scene if we're not careful. The other day, it was in Ghana. I watched the video when all these people were speaking, they did not recognize the Majority Bloc Speaker Richard Kuhn in Ghana. It was disgraceful. It was disgraceful. We cannot do things in the international and on the international scene or on the African continent or amongst the continental bodies, and we are still doing the same old thing. And expect that we have respect. Liberia is one of the oldest countries, if not the oldest country on the continent of Africa. The oldest, first independent country in Africa. First independent country. But we are far lacking behind rule of law, no way. Development, nothing. The other one, nothing. Health, poor, education, aid, wahala. Everything in this country is just on a standby. It's just retrogressing. We're not progressing, we're just retrogressing as a country. So we don't have to show our lawlessness to the world like that. We don't have to. And that's why I said the other day, leaving these colleagues of yours at the ECOWAS parliament, how does it change anything in the country? Must you remove these people by all costs? I don't see all this Rick Maro and other thing. But like I said, if I'm president, the entire legislature will be disbanded. The entire legislature. Now let's talk about the circulars quickly. Today, the circulars had their last. Yesterday they had their last. They had another meeting today. No, today they were doing mobilization for their planned protests. Yesterday they had their last meeting, and in that meeting they all discussed that they will stage a protest in the country. That is not my problem. My problem is the people coming after or behind the cyclists, and they're giving helping hand for the cyclists to protest, are the people I have issues with. And here is my problem. I am being reliably informed that the Youth League of the Congress for Democratic Change is lending helping hands or support to cyclists to carry on the planned protest on tomorrow. Here's my problem with the entire protest. The cyclists may be individually, politically entrenched in their different kinds of political mood, or individually belong to political parties. But if they are coming together as a union to send a signal to the government, they should have no affiliation with any political institution. It undermines the protest already. Folks, I am not one journalist who come to to beg, and say, that thing. No. I say it the way I know it's supposed to be. If the cyclists are coming as a union and under the banner of being cyclists, that is why I undermine the protest of they bring our money back or bring our wedding and then they face the economy that was planned and staged by ANC, the Alternative National Congress. The actual essence of that face the economy protest was meant to send a signal to the CDC government then to do their best, but it was overshadowed by politics. That is why it did not achieve the actual essence to why that protest was organized. At one point in time, we saw at that protest scene somebody carrying gun. The scene with the June 7 protest. It was a very well organized protest that would have sent a strong signal to the city's government then to tell them that they need to change the course of action. Some of the things that they were doing, they needed to change it. But it became political when Yeke, Koluba, and the rest of the other people had to carry a gun on the protest ground and were demanding the president to come and hold a petition from them. It derailed the actual essence of why the protest was meant. I'm giving these instances to show you that every time you have a peaceful assembly, that should send a strong message and a strong signal. Sometimes the message can be right, but the messengers are not the real people to carry the message. Anybody who see you affiliating with the CDC will believe that your protest is politically motivated. You can be having a serious situation where your bikes are being stopped from plying major streets in the country. Then you are there and thinking on how to to be affiliating with political institutions. I'm on the radio. I'll call you later, please. So you can be doing that. All of you that are calling me, you need to stop because these things cause distraction. Yeah, you have to stop. If you want to participate, I will announce the phone lines. You can call on that number. And when I say the hard truth, sometimes the people feel that but that is the fact. Sometimes the message can be right, but the messengers are the wrong people. The messengers that can be carrying the message are not the people to carry the message. Your businesses, this should be a business protest. It should not be a political one. I hope some of you getting the concept and the background from which I'm coming from. It should be a business protest. It should have 0.000000 affiliation with politics. It should have no political affiliation. It should have no political affiliation. It should be 0.00. But if you start to attach yourself with political institutions that will be in the back to lend you sponsorship or to grant you or to give you helping hands, it derailed the true essence of why you are protesting. And in fact, it should not be a protest. It should be an assembly where all of you wear some of your bikes. You wear some of your bikes in solidarity of your friends who are being stopped from running places that the police deem no-go zone. If you think you want the police and the government to change their decision or to have pardon, there's a way to do it. And that way to do it is to assemble and plead with the government. Not to go and be talking about aligning with political institutions, opposition political party that will go there, and join you, to protest. That protest could turn into something else. Once there are political institutions that are giving helping hand, because I'm reliably informed that the CDC Youth League is fully backing the cyclist protest tomorrow. That is what I'm told. If that is it, it is wrong today, it is wrong tomorrow, it will be wrong any day. The motorcycle unions, and I'm using the word unions because they do not have one. they should be the one handling the bull by the horn and saying to themselves that we are going to do this. And it must not be politically motivated. The government will not see you serious. If you just add CDC to your team, government will not see you serious. You add Liberty Party to your team, government will not see you serious. You add any political institution to your team, the government will not see you serious. You have to be in the posture of a business-minded people. You must be, you must present yourself as business people, not politicians. Then if you make the if you make the protest political, the government will take it political. That is it. You can't hide from this. And for me, that's how I see it. Nothing there to hide. If y'all say you're circulars and you want to have peaceful assembly, you're assemble with your bikes, get your placards, beg the government, or whatever way you want to do it. Whether you want to beg, but you want to stand there and say you will demand the government, whatever way you want to do it, but it should be done by circulars, not political institutions passing their hands behind you. The same thing that happened with the West Riot in 1979. When people jumped in the street and other politicians saw the need to use that means to get rid of a president, that is what they did. They had their hands behind the protesters, and at the end of the day, the entire city in 1979 got very chaotic. Is that what you want? You need to change the course now. If you have the CDC Youth League backing you in a protest, cut off the protest. Cut it off and re-strategize. Re-strategize. That is all I can say. Let me open the lines and hear your views on some of the issues that we've risen. And I know you are wanting to participate. Let's call the numbers right here. The numbers you can call are 0770 573 477. Again, 0770 573 477, 0881 871 670, 0881 871 670, 0770 573 477 are the numbers you can call now, and you will be true to the lines, and we will hear you. We're leaving more time today because yesterday we had numerous of calls. We could not take most of the calls because of the time. Today we want to take your calls and give you time to express some of the issues that you think are very necessary to the growth of our country, Liberia. So again, the numbers to participate on the lines. Let me call the numbers: 0770 573 477, 0770 573 477, 0881 871 871 670, 0770 573 477, 0881 871 670. You can disagree with me on some of the issues that I said. You can agree with me if you want to, but trust me, that is me. I do not hide behind my fingers. I say it the way I think it should be said. Our country cannot continue to go back. It cannot continue to go back. Let's go to the lines now and continue to take your calls. Let's take this person. Good evening. Good evening. Let's take you. Good evening. Hello? Hello, good evening. Yeah, good evening. I don't know why this person is out. I am barely hearing you. I don't know why am I not hearing you, but call us up on 0770 573 477, 0770 573 477, 0881 871 670 are the two numbers activated for you, so we can hear you right here on the program Inside Liberia on Kia Radio 95.9. We are beaming from our main studios here in Central Monrovia on the UN Drive, bringing you programs of information, education, as well as entertainment. Let's take your calls: 0770 573 477, 0770 573 477 0881 871 670. 0881 871 670. Let's take this person. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hello, good evening. You are loud and you are loud and clear on the line. Let's hear you. Good evening. You are not hearing us? I don't know what is happening, but I'm saying hello and I'm not hearing you. I don't know what is the problem. Let's take this person. Good evening. Good evening. Let's hear you. Let's hear you. Victor. Okay, let's hear you. Yeah, go ahead. You're loud and clear. Let's hear you. No, that's not what that's not what I said. Yeah, that's not what I said. I said we are getting reports that the CDC Youth League is planning to merge with the motorcyclists to have the protest on tomorrow. That is what I said. So they couldn't protest on that time. So they couldn't protest. No. Come in. When the Youth League have a press conference, say they are backing the protest of the motorcyclists and they will be with them, then it is a political party that have endorsed a protest and they are going there as a political institution. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's take another person. Thank you so much. Let's hear you. Good evening. Well, thanks for asking. Let's hear you. Let's hear you, Ayeba. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Ayuba. Thank you so much. But I think people you understand what I said. It is not a bad thing for the CDC to protest. The CDC want to. While the CDC was in power, United Party protested with their chest open. If the CDC want to protest through their youth league, they can look at some of the issues that are happening in the country and protest against it. They should not use the motorcyclist issue to hide behind them to protest. That is my point. Because what I see here, I see the cyclists. I know they have political affiliation individually, but I see them as a business institution. The unions, I see them as business people. I do not see them as politicians. Individually, yeah, they have their own political institution, their own political parties, but if they are protesting under the banner of the union, it should be apolitical. That is what we're saying. So people should not get us wrong. The CDC got all right to protest in this country because their government were protested against several times by the United Party. But they should not hide behind the cyclists. There are too many issues happening in the country that the CDC can use to protest if they want to. Let's take more of your calls. Let's take this person on the line. Good evening. Good evening. Well, thanks for asking. Let's hear you. Let's hear you, Daniel. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's take this person. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Well, thanks for asking. Yeah, good evening. Welcome. Yeah, Shaq BK Jr. Let's hear you. Let's hear you, my brother. Shaq, you have to leave the noise and let's talk, please. Yeah, Shaq, but you're in a noisy place, man. Yeah, Shaq, you're in a noisy place. We can't have the conversation like that. I really want you to participate, but your background will have to be less noisy. Then we can talk. 0770-573-477. Let's go to the line. Talk to this person. Good evening. Well, thanks for asking. Let's hear you. Okay, let's hear you, Sylvester. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Let's take Sheikh Biket Jr. Sheikh is here. Sheikh, let's hear you quickly. Good evening. Yeah, you're much better. Let's hear you. Yeah, much better. Let's hear you, Sheikh. Mhm. Okay, thank you so much. And folks, we can take any more calls. We are already again